Hey, Jason here, and I'm in the Polestar 2 right now, going for a little drive, and I just thought I'd give you my thoughts on it so far after having done probably about 500 odd miles in it now. I really like it. Obviously, I've driven, if you've watched my channel before, I've driven an awful lot of electric cars now. And this has definitely got to be one of my favorites, if not my favorite. So why? Well, what I like about it is that it feels so planted and so firm on the road. The grip is fantastic. I mean, literally, you can go round roundabouts like you wouldn't believe in this car, and it feels very, very stable and secure on the road. I like the feel of the chunky steering wheel in your hand, and it just feels overall like a really well-built car. The suspension is quite firm, but I like that personally. I'm quite a fan. I don't like soft cars with soft suspensions. You know, when you go round a bend, it kind of leans like this. Cars like probably this Citroen EC4, which is a great car, by the way, really like it, but it's too slow and just a little soft for me. But this car is lovely. Acceleration and everything is really good. It's slower than the Teslas. The Teslas are, you know, kind of 5.4, I think. Tesla Model 3, I'm going to put this up against. Obviously, the Tesla Model 3 performance and the long range are really quick, sub 5 seconds. I had the Tesla Model 3 performance for 2 years, and you can see some of my other videos on the channel about that car. But I mean, that car, it was 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds, which is really, really fun. But after you've done it a few times, I've got to admit, you're not really that worried. You know, it's uncomfortable for some of your passengers. I mean, one person, when I did that, I accelerated up pretty quick to 60 miles an hour. And, you know, they were ill for 2 days with a bad head. So, you know, it's not always great to accelerate like that. But this car is 0 to 60 in about 7.2 seconds. And it feels quicker than that. It feels quick. When you're already rolling and you're doing 20, 30 and you want to move up to 50 or 60, then it's there, you know, it's very rapid. One thing that is a shame about this car, I really wish it was rear wheel drive. It's obviously front wheel drive. It doesn't cause you any problems in general driving, but just occasionally if it's a bit wet or you do accelerate hard, you can feel, you know, yourself holding onto that steering wheel quite firmly, and you can feel the wheels sort of struggling a little bit. But it doesn't happen as much as it has done on some of the other front wheel drive electric cars that I've driven. So it's a shame that it's not rear wheel, but it's not a deal breaker. As I said, this is one of my favorite electric cars to drive, without a doubt. I also love the fact that it is Android in here, and when you use the voice control in the car, it's using Google Assistant, which works really well, as we all know if we've used it at home. You know, it really does do the job better than some of the manufacturer's own voice controls, which don't understand you half the time, and they drive you crazy. With this, you can just ask to navigate to wherever you want to go, play a song on Spotify, and it all works really well, like it does in the Tesla, really. So overall, a great car. The build quality of this car is lovely. I don't think people buy Teslas for the build quality. I think they buy them because they're quick, you know, minimalistic, very cool cars with an awesome charging network. That's why they buy them. So they're perhaps more forgiving of build quality than someone who would buy this car, which is essentially Volvo, if you like. I know it's Polestar, but they're independent, but it's Volvo behind them. And this car, you can really feel the build quality, you know, everything about it, the doors, the steering wheel, the interior, it just feels well built, and it's just a great car. So if you're worried about the sort of lack of speed in this car compared to a Tesla, I wouldn't worry about it at all. The drive is great. Like I said, it grips the road like a limpet, and you know, everybody loves the look of the car. So I found, you know, my wife loves it. She loves the lights and everything on the back. This one's white. This is the standard range that I'm driving now. And yeah, I think the other thing I like about this car is the range on this car is very accurate in terms of how many miles it says it's got left. And I have definitely noticed, having had this car and used it for general driving now for the last few weeks, it is definitely lasting longer, the charge, than the Vauxhall Mocha that I had previous. Both of them charge up to about 200 miles, so I charge this one to 90% most of the time, and that's what Polestar recommend. And I'm getting 200 miles when I do that. And that 200 miles is definitely lasting me longer than when it said 200 miles in my Mocha, there's no question. And I'm only doing the same kind of driving. So I think this it may be a bit more efficient. Now, you know, I don't know on the exact statistical driving data to back that up. All I can tell you is both me and my wife have noticed that this car does not seem to need charging as often as the Mocha did. So that's another good thing. It's very comfortable in the back. It's more roomy, obviously, than say the Mocha. The only thing I don't like about in the back there, which is silly, is you've got this big central column running through, which you don't get with the Teslas. It's just a nice flat base. So that center seat in the back is really only going to be suitable for a little kid or an adult to just run down the road to somewhere. But with a leg either side of that center column, which just seems silly in this day and age, and with an electric car. So that's my thoughts on the Polestar 2. If you like this car, if you think this car is for you, then please do like this video and subscribe to my channel. And while I have you, the way that I got this car is through a car subscription. I encourage you to check out car subscriptions. Obviously, my channel being called Car Subscriber, I might talk about them now and again. Basically, I just subscribed to this car through Elmo, this one. The link is underneath this video, and you can also get a £50 off coupon as well if you decide to subscribe. Try saying that fast. To one of these cars. And what it is you have it on a monthly basis. You pay by debit or credit card or whatever, and then you just get the car for a month. You can keep it, or you can just hand it back and just get a different car. So it's a really flexible system, or just not have any car for a while, for a couple of months, and then just go and get one. So you can't do that with a lease, and you can't do it if you buy a car. So it's a really flexible way to have a car and use it without all the maintenance worries and servicing and all that stuff. They'll deal with all of that. And I am not the best at admin. I'm not sure about you, but admin is not my favorite thing in the world. In fact, I can't stand it. So if someone else will do all the car admin stuff and I just pay for the car and drive it, I'll take it. But anyway, check them out underneath, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.